It's hard to imagine a time when Cake Boss wasn't everywhere. From intricate wedding cakes to wild reality show chaos inside Carlo's bakery, Buddy Valastro turned a small Hoboken shop into a global phenomenon. But behind the fame, the family, and the frosting, something happened. Something that slowly pushed Cake Boss from the peak of television into a quiet fade-out. Today, we're diving into the rise and the fall of Cake Boss. Buddy Valastro grew up in the heart of Carlo's bakery, learning the craft directly from his father. By the time he was 17, tragedy forced him to take over the family business after losing his dad to cancer. It was a moment that could have destroyed the bakery, but instead, it transformed Buddy into the cake boss the world would eventually adore. His passion, creativity, and over-the-top cake designs soon turned Carlo's bakery into a local legend. Then came 2009. TLC gave Buddy a camera crew and the world got hooked. Cake Boss exploded instantly. People loved the massive cakes, the family drama, the high-pressure deadlines, and Buddy's fiery personality. Suddenly, Hoboken became a tourist destination, and Carlo's bakery became a brand. At first, everything Buddy touched turned to gold. Spin-offs, magazines, talk shows, merchandise, even more bakeries nationwide. But the problem with becoming a phenomenon is simple: saturation. Too many shows, too many episodes, too much Cake Boss. The magic wasn't new anymore, and the audience's excitement slowly started to fade. Then came the controversies. Headlines revealed workers accusing Buddy of underpaying them and creating a hostile work environment. A DUI arrest in 2014 damaged the clean, family-friendly image the show built. A controversial episode involving a transgender guest triggered backlash. Each controversy chipped away at the reputation that had once made Cake Boss untouchable. As reality TV shifted and competition increased, Cake Boss felt outdated. Ratings plunged between 2015 and 2016, and by 2017, the show quietly ended. For many fans, it felt sudden, but behind the scenes, the fall had been building for years. But the story doesn't end there. Buddy kept working, expanding Carlo's bakery, launching restaurants, releasing cookbooks, collaborating with bakers around the world, and returning to TV and new shows. Even after a devastating hand injury in 2020, he fought his way back, recovering nearly all his strength. Meanwhile, the cast that fans grew up with, Mauro, Joey, Frankie, the Valastro sisters, each went on to new chapters in life. Some stayed in the bakery world, others moved on completely, and a few left the public eye altogether. The show may have ended, but the legacy of the Carlo's bakery family continues to live on through their work, their businesses, and the memories they created. And Buddy? He found himself again in Buddy vs. Duff, building a surprisingly wholesome friendship with Duff Goldman, two rivals who turned out to be much closer than fans ever expected. Cake Boss may not be what it once was, but its impact is undeniable. It changed reality TV, redefined cake artistry, and gave millions of viewers a decade filled with creativity, chaos, and unforgettable moments. And whether or not Cake Boss ever returns, Buddy's story proves one thing: once a baker at heart, always a baker at heart.